The following video contains dangerously high levels of cringe. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, I'm Natalie Biden, and I just turned 18, and I'm going to vote for the first time with my pop.
I'm so excited for her. It's the first time, the first vote. God love her.
We're on our way. Are you excited, Pop?
I'm excited to be voting with you, honey.
Yep.
It's a big deal. Wait. Which side do you want on?
This side.
All right.
Well, now that I voted, it was a much easier experience than I thought it would be. It was very easy when I was in the voting booth. I really feel like I made a difference, you know? Everyone's voices matters no matter what our age is. And we got our triple thick black and white milkshakes to celebrate.
Here's the voting.
Cheers, Pop.
Emotional damage.
I was at a community event in the Bronx in Co-op City. And when I get home, I see a text from my team saying, hey, let me know if you need any help with this Elon stuff. And I was like, what? So I pull up my Twitter app and it's like gone. Like when you pull up your mentions and stuff like that, it's just like literally like a blank screen. Totally gone.
I now take from you your power. In the name of my father and his father before. I own it all, father. Cut you off!
Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
I need someone to come inject stuff into my ass.
From the totally real country of Australia, I bid you all good evening, good morning, or good day, as the case may be.
Hello.
Across these many, many time zones, this is the pre-stream. My name is Thermo, and we're here to talk about the newsy stuff from this week, from Lawtube to Lolcows, from 4chan to Forbes. We'll have a look back at some of the news from the past week and see if democracy dies this week. Is everybody excited for democracy to die?
Woo!
Welcome, guys.
Was it ever really alive in the first place?
Yeah, that's the big question.
Well, yes. So yes, democracy gonna die this week, and apparently the biggest threat to democracy dying is, of course, Twitter. So Elon's fired everybody. Fired everybody. Well, not everybody. He fired half the company. 3,700 people, mostly like 90% of the 90% of the staff in India and 80% of the staff in Asia.
Weren't they all home workers too?
Well, if they're working in India and Asia, then yeah, they're certainly not in the office in California. But yes, they've all been fired, and now Elon's going to charge $8 a month for blue checks, which is gold.
Oh, but it's suppression of journalism. Didn't you know?
Yes.
We'll get to that.
So yes, Elon took over, and apparently they have some sort of
Back to normal.
course for managing Twitter. So. And he's been finding some interesting stuff in their Slack. So this is them all basically. Yoel Roth, who is still at Twitter, I think he's like Elon's right hand there now. Talking to another exec, basically saying, "Hey, you've been lying about. We've been lying about the metrics." And
of course they have.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So it's that time of year again. But yeah, some blue checks have been deleting their accounts. Amber Heard was one of them. Marina Sturtis was one of them. I think she did that last week. Amber Heard's was this week.
Didn't
Plenty
Amber
of blue
Heard-
checks. Sorry, Rory, man.
I said, didn't Amber Heard also become homeless?
I heard something about that, but I didn't understand what it was about. What is it? Like, what happened to Amber Heard?
She's not homeless. She's not a citizen of the state that she was in, so she doesn't have citizenship in any given state, but she's a U.S. citizen. So it makes it harder for them to do jurisdiction in California.
Oh, okay.
Or Virginia.
Because she has to be a resident of the state.
So she doesn't have a home in any state of the union.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that depends. Now, if she can prove that she wasn't a citizen, I think it's like within like 30 days of the complaint.
Dave's at his winter home.
Yep. If she can prove that she wasn't a citizen of California, then when she was served or processed, then fine, they can't get jurisdiction. But that's if she can't prove, if it turns out she was a citizen when she was served, then not only do they have jurisdiction in California, regardless of where in the world she's at, there's possibility for sanctions for evading service.
Lol.
Nothing too big, normal evading stuff.
Well, sanctions can be pretty serious. I mean, you could end up owing someone $1 billion.
Well, yeah, but
for being sanctioned by the court.
Yeah, it's not actually going to go to jail for it, though.
Well, so yeah, Viva got locked out after tweeting about Paul Pelosi's attack. Funny that. So I'm not sure what the rule was that he allegedly violated, or if they even elucidated as to what it was.
Yeah.
But he's back now.
I think it's real close to a certain time that they don't want to risk it.
Yeah, all those dirty Canadians interfering in your elections. It's almost as bad as us dirty Australians.
Yeah, it's Canadian collusion.
That's right. Well, at least he lives in Florida now. So, yeah, Viva is a champ. He's living his best life down in Florida. So there's
Though he does kind of look like he could have come up from the southern border instead of the northern.
So yeah, this guy got fired. Apparently he fucked around and found out. So there's been some cope from people about getting blue checks. So apparently unverified is going to be the new cool. So the White House might be in trouble for this tweet that they deleted. Apparently they don't like the readers adding context part anymore. Because this tweet was from a couple of weeks ago and it just sat there and everybody's like, what the fuck? That's not true. Tim's having issues. Sorry, guys. You won't be able to see his lovely face. But yes, they added context and the White House deleted it, which is against the Presidential Records Act. So the staff from Twitter have been sharing this in DMs on what to expect, what to do, what rights they have. So they actually got a pretty good deal. So the I'm pretty sure it was just a blanket firing. But my understanding is like all the staff that were dismissed were given 90 days, like 90 days pay. So they'll essentially stay on the payroll till like February 2nd. Mm-hmm. And they'll keep their benefits for a year. So they'll have their healthcare, they'll have all that stuff. So despite all the fucking ripping of shirts and crying about how this was the worst thing to ever happen, they're actually getting a pretty easy ride. So,
and you're given a chance to find work elsewhere.
Well, the thing I saw implied that they were going to be under the same covenant, so they can't. It was essentially what we call gardening leave.
Wait, where do I know that name? Where have I heard that term?
Gardening leave.
Yeah,
it's a pretty common term here. If it's essentially if you're retrenched or fired and you aren't allowed to go and work for a competitor, they put you on gardening leave.
I've never heard of that.
I know,
or if you've got something like a it's not a non-compete so much as we'll just keep paying you. You won't have to work. But you still work for us and you can't work for anyone else.
Yeah, I've never seen that. People leave in my industry to go to competitors all the time.
Well, because I work in finance.
Yeah. Well, I work in insurance and people still do it. So.
Well, because I work in finance, if we have investment guys and they leave, they have long notice periods.
Okay.
And if they're leaving, they get walked. So they get walked out of the fucking building.
They can't take anything with them.
They're still they still get paid, but they're not to work for anybody else for 3 months until their intellectual the intellectual property that they have that is part of the company disappears.
Their intellectual capital is gone and over and done with, and all that.
Hey
crap.
Rando, how you going, man?
What's up?
Welcome aboard. So yes. This fucking guy has been all over the place. Not Rando, sorry, not you. Fucking
Aren't you
Ben
from
Collins.
Jessica's chat, Rando? welcome. I was going to say, you're all over the place.
No, this fucking Ben Collins guy. This _guy.
Talk to us, because I know that you've been talking to a lot of folks employed by Twitter. What are they telling you? What does the separation also look like, the details of that?
Sure. So the most important thing that Twitter employees want to stress is that the company is a nightmare right now.
Yeah.
And you cannot work there. And the website is built on sticks and it might fall apart. So how is it cards?
Bullshit. Total really? It's
I
a house of cards.
I believe that it probably is, but
I believe they feel like it is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I believe that it probably even is, because again, you remember who's working there? Like, it's like 10 people observing for every one person working.
Yeah. Well.
At least that's what Elon was trying to hint at.
Elon fired all of Trust and Safety, or almost all of Trust and Safety. The content moderation team's still there for the most part, but they're it's the entire content moderation team that's in the US. All the external ones were given the flick. Sorry, my lunch just arrived. Sorry.
And before people start screaming shenanigans, this shit happens all the time. Companies are bought and sold.
Yeah.
Twitter is not special.
Yearly.
Yeah, as a general rule, if your company is bought, you could lose your job.
Yeah, you lose half of the... Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, usually they bring in people from their own company that they trust and start over with as much as they can. That's how the business goes.
Yeah, if my company, because I work in finance, but I work in the IT side of finance. If my company was bought, I wouldn't expect to keep my job beyond 6 months to handle the handover, because what do you need two of me for? I mean, two of me would be better than one of me, but Subway, Costi, because I'm a pleb. So
The bread that's so sugary it's considered cake. Yeah.
falls apart by Tuesday, we're in trouble in terms of getting election information out there. The other thing they're warning to me about, by the way, to regular people, like, you know, this is the thing. These people have lost their jobs, and this is what they're worried about right now. On Tuesday, on Monday, let's start on Monday. On Monday, anybody can maybe buy a verification badge, right?
$8.
Right.
Yeah.
You could go and pose as anybody, an election official, public figure.
Wrong.
No.
You're wrong. I'm sorry, Ben. You're wrong. You're
That's
very
against
wrong.
Twitter terms of service.
There was literally, like, someone literally got suspended for pretending to be Elon. Like, someone with a blue check mark changed their name to Elon, changed their icon to Elon, and it was almost immediate. They made a couple of tweets, and it was like, oh, blocked.
Yep.
So, it's bullshit.
Didn't Count Dankula get in trouble too?
And they've cut the moderation staff so severely that there's no way they're going to catch up in time to these lies.
Wow.
So, using Twitter as a trustworthy source of information on Tuesday is going to be a nightmare. That's what people
You should
inside
never
of
have used
Twitter,
it as
or
a
people who just got laid
trustworthy
off,
source
some
of
people who are
information
still
in the
there.
first place.
Why would you use Twitter as trustworthy anything anyway?
Look,
that's how media works now.
What
Oh,
he is
someone.
on. He is on MSNBC talking about Twitter not being a trustworthy source of information.
But look at that face. That's a politician's white eyes. Believe me, I'm an innocent lamb. Look.
Yeah, see, Dank got shut down until he changed his name back from Trump.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So there's some names you can't do. Years ago, when Trump was first elected, I created a real Donald Trump account, like a satire account, and it was, I didn't even get to fucking log in. Like, I set the profile picture and it was bang, locked.
Yeah. Oh,
so
once you're verified, like he didn't
get
say
extra protection.
But the rules, you would think so. But yeah, you are verified as Mark Meacham, Count Dankula, and then you go and change your name and profile picture to Donald J. Trump, and he got that's what got him done. Is like,
But he was also a blue check mark too.
I think that's the point. Is that it's once you are verified, you're verified as yourself. Like, it's not a joke name. You actually just changed your name to Trump's real name.
Yeah.
And not even a satirical picture. It was that classic Trump smiling picture.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a Justice Dankula deep fake or anything.
Yeah, you're allowed to have verified parody accounts, but they've got to have parody in the name.
That's right.
If there is an account, even a non-verified account, that is a parody account that doesn't have anything that indicates it's parody.
Yeah.
That's a violation of their rules.
That's it. I mean, it's Dankula. I mean, that's obviously that's where the parody is. But there was no outward signs of parody with the change that Dank made. So that's why he got done.
Yeah, but he still has his account. If any non-verified
it still says
Count
Dankula TV in his username.
Yeah.
We know who it is.
Are warning about, because they go and talk to Elon, who is deeply out of his depth, objectively.
By
and
what
they don't
metric?
know what's going to happen next week during the United States elections.
So who is the person? What is the entity that helps identify that Twitter will no longer be a viable source that we have looked to for so long going forward? Because we are in the age of misinformation. I mean, the timing could not be worse for all this stuff.
The entity is us. We're going to learn the hard way on Tuesday if he does this by Monday. And he wants to. He says he wants to ship this product by Monday. This is a way to get $8 out of lots of users. We're going to see what happens. I don't mean to sound the alarm quite so severely here, but this could be really bad.
You fucking absolutely do. Yeah, that's
I really want to say something, but I really can't.
What do you mean? Of course you can.
Are they supposed to know what happens on Tuesday?
Well, I guess we'll find out.
How is Twitter? How is Twitter going to monitor the U.S. election?
Yeah. At what point was Twitter ever supposed to monitor the US elections?
The people on Twitter are going to use it to report on the U.S. election because it's meant to be the digital town square.
Yeah.
It's not up
Not
to
the
Twitter.
other way around.
Exactly. It's not up to Twitter to be keeping track of all of these events. They are a platform. Ben understands this. I know he fucking understands this, but he's working for MSNBC. These people are not stupid. They're just fucking evil.
Yeah.
But does that or does that not sound like what he just said? Because they know exactly how Tuesday's going to come out, and now they don't know.
How many people from other countries are on Twitter? Do we even know?
Well, there's at least two.
At least two
of us on the stream.
I'm pretty sure that the largest number of users are in the US.
Yes.
Like Twitter is a predominantly US platform.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. But what I'm saying is we have no control over who uses it.
No, of course.
So why would the government use Twitter as like a verification of
it's not.
any information?
They're fucking terrified because the media's like the journalists, their only fucking relevance now is their blue check mark. And Elon's Elon sussed that out real fast.
Yeah.
And that's why he's like, everybody gets a check mark. You get a check mark. You get a check mark.
Japan does have a high count of Twitter users.
No. MSNBC is just scared that people are going to be allowed to say what they think.
Yeah,
whether
but
they're wrong or
nobody can read what
we're still on YouTube at the moment.
Adults in Japan are saying.
We're still on YouTube at the moment. So whether people are right or wrong, MSNBC is simply afraid that people are going to be able to express themselves, and they might not agree with what MSNBC has to say. So, you know, they're afraid that they know that. So yeah, my gut tells me they know that people are not really that stupid. People know how to do some basic fact checking of themselves.
I don't know.
I'm not saying everyone knows how to do this, but it doesn't take much to fact check MSNBC. Yeah, so yeah.
They want people to accept the notion that they never make a mistake.
Oh well, yeah. This goes back to what was it last year, earlier this year? You know. Just go back to Mika Brzezinski saying, no, it's our job to tell people what to think.
What to think, yeah.
It came, Mika Brzezinski, Micah, whatever the fuck your name is, Joe's wife. You know,
Mika Brzezinski.
From MSNBC.
Yeah. Morning Joe. These are
name.
the same fucking people who literally last week fell for a guy standing out front of fucking Twitter headquarters with a box.
You fell for the simplest internet joke there is. You fell for Ligma.
Yeah. Jesus
well, I think
Christ.
Thermal's got one of the clips from NBC. That's funny too.
Oh, which clip? Which one, right? Like, what is it?
That transgender people are the most affected to vote.
Oh, that's in the later section. I have a whole section on that.
Sweet. I just think it's just funny.
But yeah, they were all given 3 months severance, which is 50% more than legally required. But apparently, Twitter was losing $4 million a day.
Half of them didn't work.
Well,
So
he said firing those staff saves Twitter $400 million a year.
I believe it.
So $400 million a year for 3,700 staff.
What are they getting paid?
There's got to be some there that are close to like $2 million for some.
I'd figure I have a friend that started out on Twitter as an intern. She was paid $200,000 for the first year she worked there.
As an intern.
Damn.
Yeah.
Interns, Jesus, they're supposed to not be paid.
That's about. Oh, no, that's only was it 440 million?
Yeah.
You said.
Yeah.
Divided by 3,700, that's only 12 grand each.
What? Are you doing that right?
Well, 3,700, or times that by 1,000 is already 4 million. Times that by another 10 is 440 million. So I'm thinking, what are they getting paid? And
it's 118,000. Where did you learn to math?
I've got my calculator. Am I missing?
You missed a zero.
440.
440, 3 zeros, 3 zeros. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an average of
sorry.
118,000.
Yeah, no, you're right. I missed a factor of 10.
Yeah, it's about $120,000 per person.
I got it. Yeah, that would make sense ish.
So, and considering a bunch of these people,
I nearly failed high school math. Don't worry.
We're in India and Southeast Asia. That's US dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
That's incredible. Like if you're living in Calcutta on 120,000 US dollars a year, like holy shit. Yes, Costi is.
I got fact checked. Ah!
You do not watch this show for math lessons.
I put something in the private chat.
I still know more math than most Americans. No. I missed a factor of 10. I need a drink.
Oh yeah, this. Yeah, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, no wonder they got fired. Good fucking riddance.
I wonder if this person got fired.
Hope so.
Like if this person was one of the people.
As a Twitter employee, so this past week went to SF for the first time at a Twitter office, badged in. Honestly, took a moment to just soak everything in. What a blessing. Also started my morning off with an iced matcha from the perch. Then I had a meeting, so quickly scheduled one of these little pod rooms, which were so cool. They're literally noise canceling. Took my meeting, got ready for lunch. Look how delicious this food looks. Oh my goodness, I was so overwhelmed. Then made my way down to this log cabin area. I don't know what this is, but it was really cool. Played some foosball with friends to kind of unwind a bit. Also found this really cool meditation room that I thought was super neat. I didn't do any yoga, but they have this yoga room if you are a yogi, so also thought that was really cool. Had a couple more meetings in the afternoon, had a ton of projects that we needed to knock out. Say hi to my teammates. Went to the library to kind of get some more work done. Obviously had to have our afternoon coffee, so made some espresso. Cool. And then before leaving for the day, had some red wine that's on tap. Went up to the rooftop and just honestly enjoyed the beautiful weather. So awesome trip.
That's Californian weather, isn't it? Where's Twitter's headquarters?
San Francisco. So she had to dodge a whole bunch of poop. Some street poop to get there.
It's in the air. Sorry, Ryan, you were saying?
I said no wonder that they're losing money. They're not working.
At a rate of 4 million a day.
They're not working. And I come from the corporate office. That kind of shit is too much. Your employees need a desk and a place to eat, and obviously a bathroom, toilet, whatever. I'm not a fan of putting all this extra
giving
stuff
them
into
it's a Silicon Valley thing.
I know it's a Silicon Valley thing. You've got to do it because other employers are doing it, and you've got to keep up. It's all part of the attraction or the way you attract employees. And I'm like, I guess I'm wired differently. No, just give me a desk that's away from other people, and we're good.
I think the hot desk
allow me to put my
fuck
own
hot
shit
desking
on my desk.
Fuck hot desking.
Yeah,
Nope.
hot desking's terrible.
Nope. Been there, done that. Before pandemic, we had hot desking. No, screw that shit.
The one thing COVID was great for.
Yes.
Work from home and fucking killing hot desking.
No, especially when you have to start hot desking around fucking call centers and all that shit. No, because it's just disruptive. People at least in my opinion, people work best when they've got a settled and established environment that they like working from home. You've got an established desk, set aside area where you're settled in. You've got a routine going. You've got everything set up and configured for you to work the best that you can. But you can't do that with hot desking, especially in really aggressive kind of places where you're only allowed to book your desk for a certain amount of hours and such because someone else needs to sit there. Thank fuck that for the pandemic for getting rid of that shit.
I'm currently warm desking. I shouldn't say hot desking.
I don't think it got rid of it. I think DC DC switched.
Oh yeah, I
to it,
don't know how
and
DC works. I'm never going back to the offices. But if I can ever,
Yeah.
if I can ever avoid it, I'm never going. I'm never going to set foot back in my office. And I've told my boss that as much. So
yeah, look, if you can get away with it, yeah. Like I have to go back into the office 1 day a week, which is great. Everybody else is getting the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like 3 day a week deal, and I'm like, I'm not.
They've
doing
asked us to come back in, but no, I don't. One, I don't want to, and two, I live too far out for me to come in every day of the week.
That's my thing too. Yeah.
But
the hot desking model never made sense.
No.
Because
I don't want to move around. I don't want to sit with different people. I don't want a change of environment. It's disruptive.
But also, you come into the office, and the first thing you have to do is go and find your desk.
Find a fucking desk. Get my computer out of the locker.
And then if someone wants to find you, they can't come to your desk.
Yeah, that's right. Oh no, Tim's working on
level
level Tim's working on level 17 today. Like, no, again, people work.
It's inefficient.
It's inefficient. It's disruptive, and it creates so many more variables for resourcing because it's going to depend on who's there on the day. Because yes, say 2 or 3 people in your team are away, sick or on leave or whatever. Okay, now you've got a heap of fucking call center people coming in and sitting with you, or you've got corporate people coming in, sitting with you, and having loud fucking conference calls right next to you. It just ruins the culture.
I think for like Twitter and some of the Silicon Valleys, I think they're pretty much that deal because all their work is on a laptop. That's all they have for them.
So is mine.
So is mine.
People don't use a lot of people.
Cloud
They
PC.
don't. Yeah, cloud. Yeah, it's all cloud based. But a lot of people like in the office. I've been through that many times where I am beset on both sides by people just taking the desk for the day, and they're corporate people or they're management people or they're in a lead position in the project, and they're having fucking conference calls on speaker, just disrupting everybody else, and it's just like,
humans are assholes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I just noticed something about this new background. The tree to the left, it is the first tree I fell out of. So this is obviously from my hometown.
Hang on, is it time for story time with Dave?
No, not yet.
We'll get there. We'll get there soon.
So
fuck hot desking.
Fuck hot desking. But apparently, some new features are coming. Elon's just like doing everything at the moment. So yes, there'll be you'll be able to attach long form text tweets. So no more ridiculous threads from people like that fucking Seth Abramson.
I fucking hate that.
Tweet number 408. Followed by creator monetization for all forms of content.
Aren't they bringing back Vine?
Well, yeah, they're talking about
Elon was saying,
talking about
should I bring it back?
What would be required to bring Vine back?
Hell yeah! That means all the YouTubers who are making the Vine compilations get money.
Get the fuck out.
Get that money. Oh no, Vine's going to come back, so people are going to make the Vine compilations again, upload them on YouTube, get monetized. Fuck yeah! Clip channels coming back.
Well, think about it. If Vine can actually do it for 60 seconds.
What he's going to be doing.
I've never done it before, but I mean, I wish I did at the start. I wish I did that when Vine was around.
Go subscribe to Tim. Link in description. I'm not kidding. Link is actually in the description.
I think I'm up to 5 now. Yeah.
But yes, Elon is having the most fun he's had, and if it cost him $42 billion to have this fun, I think he would say it's worth it. Though I don't think it cost him $42 billion. It's mostly like equity loans. So
Elon never made that clear. Is it $8 a month or $8?
It's $8 a month. It's for Twitter Blue. So Twitter Blue right now for me is $6.99 because it's $4.99 in the US. So the Australia tax bumps it up to $7. And for regular Twitter Blue, you get to be able to edit your tweets. You get a A better news reading experience? I don't know what the fuck that
no,
means.
That's what my feed is for. I don't need Twitter to collate my news. Fuck off.
See the most shared articles in your network?
No, don't
okay.
care.
Read long threads minus the distraction, which I assume is like tweet longer or something. Like, but built in. So
edit
your tweet.
Tweet
use
edit's
use NFTs as your profile
Get
profile
those-
pictures.
get-
So
get those
just for the
monkeys out,
chat,
boys.
NFT stands for no fucking thanks.
I tried to get in on it, but I was way too late. I didn't understand
Video
how it all fucking worked.
1080p video uploads, big deal because you're still limited to 10 minutes.
1080p should be the standard. Fuck off. We're in the world of 4K. 1080p is the new 720.
Except you have to
I
pay
shouldn't
for
have
the
to pay for
4K
it.
on YouTube.
So you add your own shortcuts, you get a new app icon. Like, what the fuck?
I'm not paying that money for it.
It's not exactly good value. I'm not surprised there wasn't a lot of take up, but now that
You don't want to be
Elon's
verified, Thermo?
Elon's attaching other stuff to it.
Yeah,
So
give me
I
some
don't want to give Twitter. I don't want to link my.
I
link this
agree with,
account my real
Elijah
name. Like, fuck
there.
that shit.
Yeah. Give me some extra stuff, and then maybe I'll think about it.
Yeah, if it's
'Cause
gonna
that's not worth it.
be extra stuff. But
I'm not going to use. I won't use anything on that except the editing.
Matt Walsh nailed it. This is the fucking issue. The blue checks don't give a shit about the $8. They will pay it. The issue they have is that regular people will be elevated to their perceived level of blue checkedness. Yeah, Costy, NFTs are still a thing. I wish they weren't, but they are. It's fucking ridiculous.
That might be tempting. I'm thinking about getting back into writing, and I might start up a.
Yeah, you'd be able to write long. Look at this person. I will not be receiving the mark of Elon.
And Lesby is a parody account.
Oh, that's right. Fucking Christ.
You got got. No, and Lesby,
I didn't even look at. I didn't even
and
look at the
Lesby
name.
is a.
And
Yes.
Lesby, yeah,
She's
yeah.
like Titanium McGrath.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. The profile,
Jarvis DuPont.
Pronouns give it away.
The problem is
no,
that
it's so
the
good.
pronouns don't give it away.
The pronouns don't give it away. It's the name. And Lesby.
Yeah. But the problem is that there's people like this out there. Like the good parody is so close to reality that it's indistinguishable.
Mm-hmm.
Is
So
the
your Will
mark of
Chamberlain-
Elon the Tesla logo?
I thought Will
Mark of
Chamberlain
Elon is the
had
Twitter check mark.
I thought Will Chamberlain had a check mark, but yeah. So yes, wealthy white liberals are reacting exactly the same way to Elon Musk's blue check expansion that they do to affordable housing proposals in their neighborhoods. Fucking fact.
Not in my backyard, motherfucker.
So this is the account I was talking about before that was is verified. See, verified.
Yep. Verified and changed his name to someone's real
But
name,
changed- yeah,
like
so
Dank did.
It's not blocked. It's just
It's
temporarily
restricted.
restricted.
They've got,
so,
until they change their name back like Dank. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Nicky McCann Ramirez. What?
Just so we're clear, Musk is firing half of Twitter's staff,
Rolling Stone,
including
fuck off.
huge swaths of their content moderation capability. No, it was their it's their like worthless teams, like their human rights team. Like even Jack tweeted. No, let me find.
Yeah, I
it.
saw Jack posted something.
Jack
this
tweeted
morning.
something about look, my bad. I shouldn't have hired all these fucking people in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. Jack
Like
is
I grew too fast.
Yes. Now that Jack is free from Twitter and no longer works for Twitter.
Squad.
Yeah. Now that he's free from what he has wrought,
Folks at Twitter, past and present, are strong and resilient. They will
they're
always
not.
find a way, no matter how difficult the moment.
No, they
I
don't.
realize many are angry with me.
Yeah.
I own the responsibility for why everyone is in this situation. I grew the company size too quickly. I apologize for that.
You should have left it at that. You should have just left it at that. No need for any of the grateful. No,
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
grateful
love
for
everyone who
everyone, yeah.
works
I
there.
love everyone.
You don't even
Ah.
know everybody who's worked on Twitter, Jack. You were the CEO. You have never met everybody there.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You may have met most people there. I met the CEO of my company several times. They would come around and do walks and stuff and have a talk with all of us, but you didn't know me.
But do they remember your
Important
name?
to point
That's
out
right. You don't remember their name.
that he's not wrong. He grew the company too quickly.
That's it.
$4 million a day loss is $1.5 billion a year.
Mm-hmm.
Down the fucking drain.
Yep.
All because you couldn't stay in your fucking lane and keep Twitter a public square. You wanted it to be more, and you
And then there's this.
You bowed to the pressure.
Twitter employees were selling verification for upwards of $15,000. And this isn't just a Twitter thing. This shit happens on Instagram as well. Mm-hmm. There was a report the other week about Instagram, like people working for Meta selling, like they've been fired, but working for Meta selling verifications. Like there's a whole cottage industry for getting people verified on Instagram. Like making the pages, making the SoundCloud so that you can be like verified as an artist. Like it's bullshit because it carries with it a level of
prestige,
weight and prestige, and because it carries that, it has value.
And their verification get search results higher up in their search results too.
Yeah. I don't think this is the fucking thing. A lot of people bitching about how, verified, like he's making it so that Twitter Blue, like you'll be able to buy the ability to be ranked up in replies. And I'm fucking sitting here going, are you fucking stupid? The verified checkmark always did that.
Exactly.
So if you're a verified account and you reply to a tweet, you will appear higher on the list than a non-verified person. Like, because it's not based on a time metric. It's not based on anything. It's based on what Twitter thinks is the most relevant reply. And verified accounts are more relevant in the algorithm. Whenever you scroll through Twitter and go to a tweet and there's show more, if you're a verified account, you won't end up under that show more. So you don't get shadow banned. Because that's how they shadow ban you. They hide you behind keep scrolling, and then show more. Because they can scroll forever. There's no technical reason not to do it, but they add the show more to discourage you from going further. Because this show more, these are the undesirables. You don't want to go there. You don't want to see those.
And the verification also gives you messages too.
Yeah. So if you're verified, you get a separate tab that says verified, and you can see verified people who have commented on your, like, replied. So essentially you get a second notification tab because you've got the regular notifications and then you've got verified. And in the verified tab is verified notifications. So when people who are also verified have liked, retweeted, or like quote tweeted or replied to your tweets, and verified DMs, which is if you're verified, you can message other verified people without them having to follow you back.
Or they are allowing it if they're normal people.
Yeah. So if someone, because you can block DMs, which a lot of women do because they get dick pics unsolicited.
Some men do.
But if you're
too.
verified, you could send dick pics unsolicited, and there's nothing they can do about it. They have to block you. So, like, people don't understand that this is a rarefied space that normal people can't get into. The process to get verified has been made incredibly arduous. You need to jump through a lot of hoops now, and they don't revisit people. So Tim Pool's talked about getting his verified checkmark. He tried for years, and then when he was working for Vice or Disney, one of them, he just
was Vice.
He mentioned it to someone in marketing, and the person in marketing is like, "Oh, you want a blue check? Yeah, no problem. Just send me an email and I'll sort it out." They sorted it in a day.
Because
it's bullshit.
Yeah.
What?
There's blue checkmark accounts that have 2 followers that are a printer for a newspaper, and they have their blue checkmark.
Because if you work for a company that has a blue checkmark, you can get a blue checkmark.
Yep.
So it's always been bullshit. They're just upset that people are realizing. And of course, apparently Elon Musk has a limit to what free speech is.
Yeah.
No, motherfucker, you guys broke the terms and conditions.
So what did he?
Private company.
So What did this person say? Because they're like it or not, there are limits to what is acceptable free speech. Do we have to go over them?
Well, blue checks aren't allowed to impersonate.
Oh. Sorry, I was. I got. I didn't read the guy's username. No, that's Chris Warcraft again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Although, yeah, I don't think people should be suspended for that shit because it's in the fucking. Again, if it's a town square,
he's not suspended. It's just simply
restricted.
It's like, hey, change your shit back.
Yeah. Again, I don't. Yeah, again, if you want to apply the theories of being a public square, you're allowed to dress up as Trump. You're allowed to dress up as Elon Musk and walk out in the street. You're allowed to. You're allowed to impersonate them. You could do that physically in a public square. People do it all the time. People dress up and mock Trump all the time. You can do that in a public square.
I know.
The
difference is
it's a private company. Of course, they can do it.
No. The verified check is supposed to be basically your driver's license in electronic form. It has to be tied to your real name because it is a form of actual tracking your actual identification.
That's
right. Where it comes in.
I know it's in the TOS. I'm saying it shouldn't be because again, it's still just
not,
Twitter.
No, but it's not free speech. It's not impersonating because it's not impersonating. It's not standing in the public square and going, "I'm the greatest. Hi, I'm President Trump. Have you met me before? Like I'm the President of the United States."
But that is literally what Dank did, and he still got restricted for it.
It's the equivalent of I'm pretending to be someone. I'm standing on a stage in front of the presidential seal, pretending to be Trump, trying to convince these people to do something. Exactly. Yeah, Costy's right. It's like impersonating law enforcement. That's not a First Amendment thing.
No, that's not a First Amendment thing.
But it's
simply changing my
name. But there are
name.
laws against it. If there are laws against it,
simply changing my name is not.
But
again, it all depends on what you're doing with the account.
Context is in the public in a literal public
square. I can't work. I can't
in a literal public square. I can see you.
Yeah.
I can see that you are not who you say you are.
Mm.
In this public square, it's abstracted from that.
Well, I can see.
So it's not a speech issue. Otherwise, laws against impersonating police officers.
It's not abstracted. I can
would
tell
be
by
a violation
I
of the
can tell
First
by your
Amendment.
handle if you're Elon Musk or not.
Most people are morons. They don't ever.
Ignorance is not an excuse. I was told. I can tell by your handle that you are not Donald Trump and that you are not Elon Musk.
Yeah, but there are some circumstances where you don't actually see the handle.
Where's that?
So at the top of a profile. So if I go to Benny Johnson's profile, at the top here of a profile.
I'm just at Benny Johnson.
So at the top of the profile up here.
But I'm at Benny Johnson. I'm not looking for his label. I'm looking for his
actual at the top.
tag.
Yeah, it's here, but up here it's not.
It's not where I look. So
it's not where you look.
No, that's right. It's like it's not how you use Twitter. It's like.
But you're smarter than the average.
I know I am, but it's like it's again, it's not an excuse. It's public. It's on his page. That's his tag. His tag is at Benny Johnson. Therefore, that's Benny Johnson verified. We know that because of we can tell by his account that is actually him. It's like people who are too stupid and only read headlines. It's not an excuse. It's still in the article, so to speak.
But they're still voters.
I know. No, yeah, not everyone should be voting.
Yeah, blue checks are the wrench handles of Twitter.
Yeah,
they're the wrenches of Twitter. They make you mod. They make you gay.
Yes,
immediately.
Just like if I click an article and the truth is buried in the last paragraph.
It's too bad.
The truth was still there in the article. It's not a lie by omission. It would technically be a lie by structure, but. It's still there. You couldn't say, "Oh, this person. We didn't know." Well, you did know. You're expected to know because it's plainly visible there, even if it's not in the most obvious place. It's
kind of like how most of them believed Count Dankula during the whole what was it?
Yeah, when he was Justice Dankula.
Yeah. It's like
he's not impersonating anybody there. That's a fictional character.
But people actually thought
everyone, it was so. I know. It's like
there is a huge problem with spam.
Oh my God, Milan! Fucking hell! Speak louder. Oh my god, this is going to blow out my eardrums now, isn't it?
On Twitter. There is a huge problem with spam and bots and trolls on Twitter, and organizations trying to manipulate public opinion and
Hold
just
the mic closer.
Make the system worse.
I think it's just the source audio. Whoa! F in chat. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. I have the power, but I didn't use it. Oh, there he is. Hang on.
Fucking hell. Browser just crashed. I don't know why. I think it's that add-in. I think it likes that add-in. Let's turn it off. We won't be able to hear Elon say that.
No, he's very
soft-spoken.
Mm.
Everybody is on Farron's stream apparently.
Yeah, she's.
Damn you, Farron!
You talked about that yesterday on Jessica. Yeah.
So yes, Stephen King doesn't want us. So we'll go through some of the people who are having a bit of a time.
Fuck Stephen King. Just
no pass.
Fuck.
That's fucking great. We need to pay the bills somehow. Twitter cannot rely entirely on advertisers. How about $8?
Hey, he negotiated it down. Yeah, blue.
So yeah, it's an $8 check mark. Is tax on journalism.
Good.
You don't need a check mark to do journalism.
Good. I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Oh, fucking hell.
Okay,
Jesus
then
Christ.
John, you can stay there. You just don't get a tweet check mark.
Yeah.
You can have no check mark and stay there. Or you
And
just
somebody
pay
can
Elon
impersonate him.
the cost of a coffee. Yes.
Yeah, the literal cost of a fucking coffee. This was tweeting. Like this was trending. I saw this trending in Australia.
Yeah.
So
Well,
and then this was being shared around as well. So
Now I don't know if this was faked or deep faked or
I'm
whether
sure
they
this was just an edit.
I don't know if they. I don't know whether they put this up and deleted it. Like how they write obituaries in advance and shit.
Oh no, this was just someone taking a Chris Cillizza article and adjusting stuff. This is trivial to do. Absolutely.
I know it's trivial, but but when I saw that
you can do this in the browser.
I know it's not hard, but I didn't actually get to. I didn't
Well,
get to see whether
it
this
got me
was
for a
posted and
second.
quickly deleted or shit.
It got me for a second, and then I saw the cause of death. And
Yeah,
I
no,
knew.
they tried to carotene him. I know.
Yeah. So,
rest in peace, David Carradine.
So yes, the next week or so on Twitter should be entertaining. For the first time ever.
Well, just think in 3-4 days, whatever, it's going to be entertaining anyway.
Oh well, I mean, isn't
All the-
democracy going to die on Tuesday? Like that's my understanding.
No, all the blue-haired whales are going to be screaming.
No, Costy, Twitter has not been a fun ride. Twitter is not fun.
If you're in
Twitter is poison.
yeah.
And
Twitter
the
is-
best thing Elon could do for humanity is strangle it.
Twitter is a drug, and I say this as a tweeting and trolling addict. Legitimately, it's a fucking drug. it's every
so
tweet is
quickly
every tweet
become
every tweet is a
mandatory.
dopamine hit. Yeah.
Who's the guy from Sons of Anarchy?
Ron Perlman, Permutations.
Oh yeah, Ron.
Did he come
Perlman.
out with the new dumb take?
He did.
Every day. Every day.
Stupid.
I agree. It is an
Stupid
awesome
never
line.
changes.
Just popped back on Twitter because I couldn't let this one slide. No, Elon, it is not. It is you that is manipulating free speech.
Slipping in Alex Jones there. Because it's the quintessential narcissist you
gotta work on your whole
fetishize. Because as the quintessential narcissist you fetishize, that entire universe must think your way. I'll be back soon because your 5 minutes are ticking away. That's great. When you totally don't miss your ex, but you just have one last thing you want to tell her.
Yeah, no, I hate
Nerdrotic,
you.
$8.
$8, please. That would be $8. Thank you. Come again.
Fantastic. That's the ultimate reply. The ultimate reply to these blue checks now is $8.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Ron
from
Coleman, again. Fuck,
but yeah, it
fuck
turns
these
out
people.
it turns out that DHS basically runs the shop anyway.
Oh,
Or
but Lee
ran
Fang
the
went on
shop.
Tucker Carlson. We should disregard everything he says. So you know.
Oh, Tucker talked about it. Oh, okay, we'll move on. To the next topic.
Lee went on Tucker.
Yeah,
Lee-
mustn't
yeah.
be. I
No,
have
it's
to
not,
ignore
not
Lee
accurate.
now.
We have to ignore him. No.
Lee, yeah. Well, only the best leftists go on Tucker. So Lee Fang, Tulsi, Glenn Greenwald, well, only the best lefties.
Yeah.
So yes, Facebook and Twitter created special portals for the government to rapidly request takedowns of content. The portals, along with NGO partners, used to censor a wide range of content, including obvious parody accounts and content disagreeing with government pandemic policy.
Say with me now. This is fascism.
Yeah. Well, and also, fascism.
Yep.
I forgot the term for. I forgot the term for when a state actor. So they've become a state actor.
This makes Twitter.
This makes Twitter, Facebook, all
quasi-state actors. Yeah, they're acting on the bidding of the government when the government themselves are not allowed to do this shit.
Like you can't do that shit.
They are assisting the United States government in violating the First Amendment rights of every fucking American and everyone protected under the U.S. Constitution. I know I'm not a lawyer, but that's basically what I see. How I see this. It's like, yeah, no. Let's get the private companies to silence these people from expressing themselves in a private space. You know, let's use the power of the government to coerce Twitter and gently nudge them into doing our bidding because we know that we would never be allowed to do it ourselves.
Yeah. In what universe did the government think it was okay for the head of Twitter's trust and safety to meet with someone from DHS every week? Like, what the fuck? How? And talk about what? What exactly would you be talking about? There's only one thing they could be talking about with trust and safety, because trust and safety is just newspeak for censorship.
Mm.
Oh, we're the censors. Oh, we can't call ourselves that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what can we call it? Oh, trust and safety. Yeah, okay, that works.
Yep. And how long has this been going on?
Started under Trump.
Exactly.
So everybody who's like, oh my God, Biden. No, shit started under Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Started under fucking Chad Wolf. Yes, that's a real name.
I know. It's a great name.
It's a fucking great name. If your name's Chad Wolf, don't ever change it.
No.
It's a fantastic name.
Exactly. But I mean, this.
But yeah, this shit started under Trump. This is like
my heart nearly skipped a beat when I saw this.
This is bipartisan fuckery.
Yeah, my heart nearly skipped a beat when I saw this, and I'm like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
It must be a parody account.
Am I still asleep? Holy shit!
This is clearly a parody account in violation of YouTube's terms of service.
I know the tag says ACLU, but this is clearly a fucking parody account. Like the
this
ACLU
has to be the first time.
The ACLU,
in years has
first time in my lifetime they've actually done their job.
Yeah.
Now there is one other exception to this year is James O'Keefe, where they came out and supported him this year.
Oh yeah, that's.
Okay, I'll take that.
That was
back.
one of those ones where you're like, wait, what?
Wait,
what? You guys being serious?
Okay, second time in my lifetime. Yes. At least that I recall, anyway. Obviously, I don't pay that much attention. They're the ACLU. But you're right.
They're made to be made fun of.
Well, it's their own fault. They turned into a hate group.
All this stuff ramped up under the Disinformation Governance Board. Does everybody remember that fucking retarded shit?
That woman,
the wine mom who got
that's her.
Who got absolutely dragged. So that was where the shit ramped up. So yeah, I guess it did ramp up under Biden, but they're so inept that they made it public. And now we all know about it. So
I always make the assumption that it's always happening all the time.
Well, since 9/11, yeah, since Snowden, like even before Snowden, we all just assumed that the NSA was listening and watching and reading all our emails. But Snowden just confirmed it for everybody.
Exactly.
And based on who gets taken down from social media, and like especially when COVID hit, it was 100. Like the mask was off with COVID because they literally had meetings. We knew about the meetings. They were publicly disclosed meetings between Twitter and Facebook and is there any other? And Google, like all these other companies, all the social media companies, and the fucking CDC. Well, the CDC's a branch of the fucking executive. They don't get to tell people what to censor. They have to abide by the First Amendment too. But this is the shit we're heading to. Like the fucking
America's
China
becoming,
style, the mock China style fucking.
America's becoming like Australia. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
America's becoming like Australia.
History repeats itself.
And half your fucking country wants it.
Yeah.
Half your country
collect about its one.
Yeah. That's what irks me the most about Australia. That not just that there's a whole bunch of bootlickers. It's that they seem to fucking enjoy the taste of leather.
Mm. I mean, half of America wants to become like Australia.
Yeah,
half of America wants to become like Australia.
Yeah, but like it's not even like us Australia-wise. It's not even half here. Like it's 80 to 90%.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of them want to be like China too.
80 to 90% will just yes, master, like and lick the boot.
Yes, master. Govern me harder, daddy. The government does know what's best.
I will go out and say 50% of those bootlickers here enjoy the taste of leather.
Of course they do.
Well, it's easier not to think for themselves. Just be a sheep.
Most people don't think for themselves. They
Exactly.
What's the sorry? I mean, well, they don't think for themselves. But as an aside, like, how many people was it estimated don't actually have an inner voice?
I don't remember the number. I think it might be like only 14% of people actually do.
Sociopaths.
No, most people actually don't have an inner voice. They don't have
an inner monologue.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, an inner monologue.
So when you're sitting alone, like when you're doing stuff and you think to yourself, do you hear a voice? Like, do you hear a voice, your own voice, basically saying, I need to do this, I need to do that.
It's like
that's an inner monologue. It's a
most people. Yeah, a lot of
I know. It's very. If you have an inner monologue, it is impossible to understand someone not having an inner monologue. Like it's baffling. I'm like, how the fuck? What? I don't get it.
I have an inner Congress.
Do they bicker as much?
Yeah, hardly get anything done.
Yeah, well, that's definitely Congress. If con is the opposite of pro, then Congress is the opposite of progress.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that was the idea.
Government can collect about its 1.4 billion citizens. Everyone over the age of 16 is required to have an official state-issued ID card that the government now wants to use to centralize all that information. And China is investing heavily in tech companies to help.
I just want to say that camera wasn't very stealthy.
But remember, this was filmed 3 years ago.
Was it?
Yep.
Jesus. This is pre-COVID.
Transform that government data into a virtually omniscient surveillance network. One of those companies is Megvii. It recently received a capital investment of nearly $500 million, part of which is from a state-run VC fund. But the name chosen for its premier piece of technology is a bit of a tell.
Dun, 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 dun.
What is that?
The Terminator is the favorite film of our founder. So they use the same name, but they want to put something good into this system.
I need some clothes.
So, okay, in the Terminator, Skynet is evil, rains down death from the sky. But in...
I'm sorry, Ms. Lady from Vice. Well, I assume you're a lady. That isn't what Skynet is. Skynet isn't evil. Skynet just recognizes that humans are a threat to it. It's just responding in a rational
Skynet
fashion.
did nothing wrong.
Hashtag Skynet Lives Matter.
China, Skynet is good.
Yeah, that's the difference.
So how do you think your facial recognition technology will change China?
Everything happened in the public can be record. We can know exactly what happened in every second, in every corner of the city. This is a video stream in a subway station by our smart camera, so we can capture every face in real time. Still like some criminal person is out there. There is the red box, so there is a warning to the police station that there is a criminal person, so I need to locate them.
And then
So when it looks out onto a crowd, it's tracking all these faces and it's cross-checking those faces against what?
Oh, this is
criminal database.
And how many fugitives have been apprehended through this system?
Over 3,000 cases in nationwide. Yeah, just one year.
In 1 year?
Yeah, 1 year.
Wow. So what you're working on now already seems like sci-fi. What do you think the future will look like in like 5 years?
Have you seen a film just like Black Mirror? You just stand there and your face there is a point. So maybe that is the future.
But that's like a horror show.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think that is maybe the kind of the future. Every people have their social.
Please, I do not want to end in prison.
Yes, I don't want to elaborate.
Please, I have a family.
I don't want to elaborate more.
Please.
I can't say
Don't make
anything
me
bad
say
about
more.
this, otherwise the CCP will kill me.
Yeah, the guy thinks Black Mirror is a motivational film. It's an instruction guide.
Mm-hmm. So
That's
was
exactly
1984.
what it was.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's fucking fantastic.
Oh my god.
Let's watch the worst named department in this the New Zealand Security Intelligence Service. New Zealandy.
Time was when the intelligence services were never seen, never heard. But now they're loudly proclaiming your country needs you to keep an eye on those you know, and if necessary, dob them in.
Recognising a potential warning sign and then alerting NZSAS or police could be the vital piece in the puzzle that ultimately saves lives.
To that end, they're publishing a guide called Know the Signs to help us all identify potential terrorists in our midst.
To pay attention if they are, and to be alert so that if they see or hear about something that seems off, that worries them and concerns them, they might have a look at this information to say, does this indicate to me that this person is on the road to actually committing an attack?
The SIS has listed around 50 signs, from obvious ones, like writing on a weapon, as happened in Christchurch, to
a person who is really developing an us versus them worldview.
Look what we saw today.
Do we need to go further?
The U.S. actually had this a long time ago.
The New Zealand government, by their own definition, are extremists.
Yeah.
The New Zealand government, by their own definitions, are potential terrorists.
Well,
I'll say it.
It's a
Hi,
government,
Jacinda.
so yes.
I'm saying it. I'm never going to come to your country anyway, so fuck off.
So
You guys are potential terrorists by your own definitions because you spent the last 2.5 years pushing the us versus them narrative. You can't deny it. It's all public. Fuck you.
Don't get too too cocky, Costy. Ours is called ASIS. It's arguably worse.
Today was not representative of the vast bulk of New Zealanders.
Us versus them.
And so actually my message would be to them, and it would be to say thank you. Thank you for being vaccinated.
Us versus them.
Thank you for doing what it takes to look after one another.
Us versus them.
What we saw today,
us versus them,
wasn't reflective of you. A strong team of 5 million. And of New Zealand.
Us versus them.
5 million, 10% of you live in
if they are-
Australia.
And to be alert so that if they see or hear about something that seems off, that worries them and concerns them.
You basically said this is going to be like, well, it's almost like, you probably don't see it like this, the two different classes of people. If you're vaccinated or if you're unvaccinated, you have all these rights. If you are vaccinated...
That is what it is, so yep.
The SIS has listed around 50 signs, from obvious
honest
ones,
politician.
like writing on a weapon, as happened in Christchurch, to
A person who is really developing an us versus them worldview.
That is what it is, so...
Jesus, that's fucking great.
We had
The gift
this
that gives on giving.
in the U.S. a while ago. Well, it was before the U.S. was the U.S. It was most notable in Salem, Massachusetts, when
Oh yeah,
people-
where some single women had some stuff happen to them.
Yeah, we're told to
Yep.
float or else.
Yep.
Yeah, Costi, that fucking smug look. It's again.
But at least she was
You're
honest.
just a misogynist, Tim.
Yes, I am.
Because she's a woman.
Yes, I am.
You don't like no
And yes.
strong women.
She's not strong. I like strong women.
Independent women.
She's not strong and she's not independent. She's a tyrant.
Let's listen to Jim Mad Money Kramer simp for.
Oh God! Now I need a fucking drink.
Simp for.
And they got to deal with, what do you do if you told people the way to beat this is no vaccine, and now you have a vaccine? So I think what you need is a propagandist.
Outside of the state infrastructure.
Exactly.
To start moving political opinion.
But I think when we think of propaganda, we think about other regimes that we didn't really appreciate.
Okay.
What regime was it?
Based and Nazi pilled, I guess. Jesus. But these are some of the accounts that were taken down. So during the 2020 election, the Department of Homeland Security, in an email to an official at Twitter, forwarded information about a potential threat to critical U.S. infrastructure, citing FBI warnings. In this case, about an account that could imperil election system integrity. The Twitter user in question had 56 followers, along with a bio that read, DM us your weed store locations. Hoes be mad, but this is a parody account. Under a banner image of Lucifer, the 32-foot tall demonic horse sculpture featured at the entrance of the Denver International Airport.
Yeah.
So that is, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce you to the threat to democracy.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ.
Do you have a picture
56
of it?
follower accounts. Granted, that's more followers than I have.
Yeah, it's about equal to what I have.
Have you guys seen the Denver airport?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the with Denver Airport and its law. That horse is weird as fuck. I think they just played into the let's see if I think they just played into the
Who is Lucifer, by the way?
This is Lucifer.
Oh.
This is Lucifer.
Yep. And there's a mural.
Yes, Denver Airport conspiracies are wild.
Yeah,
and
there's
they're
a
wild
mural
because
all
that's
over
where
the
the New
place.
World Order has built their facilities.
Yep,
underneath Denver Airport.
In the Fallout universe, that's where the Enclave is.
Ah, for Colorado.
Oh, actually, there's a fucking great
I want to
ad.
say that's Fallout 3 or New Vegas, because
from Fallout. Well,
is it 2? Because 2 took part in California.
Technically, it predates the game story wise.
Because the Brotherhood is all over the place in the Fallout game.
The Enclave is the former United States, and
Enclave. Sorry,
the handlers.
you said Enclave. I'm thinking Brotherhood of Steel. My brain didn't fucking work. No, you're right. Yeah.
But the
this is
pictures on it depict essentially anagrams or allegories of the story of Revelation, and it has other symbolisms in it. So basically, it's like a prediction of what's going to happen.
So apparently, YouTube saw fit to give me some context in the form of a Twitter, a Wikipedia article about New World Order.
It's not a theory. It's not a theory. It's called the WEF. It's not a theory. Let's
But
be
yes,
clear.
this video by the BLM has an ad that so Denver's doing a redevelopment of the airport, and as a part of their redevelopment, they're playing into the whole where it's a weird conspiracy, and there's a particularly funny ad in there, but I'm pretty sure I'll get a strike if I play it. So yeah, I won't
Muted
be,
myself. Well,
I won't be doing that.
it's an hour and 15 in. So.
Oh well, I had this one bit, and I was going to jump over. So
we can come back to
but
that.
yes, I can't imagine why we're doing all this now, the whole censorship thing. But apropos of absolutely nothing, that YouTube's partnering with the World Health Organization to control content that's viewed and make sure it's censored. So cool.
So they're going to peddle. So they're going to peddle misinformation, like
Yes,
they have for the last 2 years.
They're going to attempt to peddle misinformation. Yes.
Yeah.
But the other way, they're going to fix misinformation
by peddling.
And what they say this week is going to be different from 2 weeks ago.
Well, yes. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's just over an hour. So I'm gonna end it on YouTube, and we're gonna continue over on Rumble. We're still on Rumble. If you're watching on Rumble, we've been there the whole time. So just go over there. So I will bid you all on YouTube adieu. If you won't be following us to Rumble, or if you are, I'll see you there. Oh shit! I didn't put the link in the description. Theprestream.com. Just go. Yeah.
Hang on.
It's fine. You know how to get there. It's 2022, for God's sakes.
I go.
Peace.
Exactly.
Bye.